Hey everyone! I just finished a 6 mile tempo run for my coach and it was really, really good. So let me talk about mental strategy for tackling things like tempo runs. So really, like, it's just 6 miles. Okay, so he had me doing a 1 mile warm up and then 3 miles of the tempo part at 90 to 95% threshold pace, and then a 2 mile cool down. So really, thinking about it, like, it can be really daunting going into it, like, like, your tempo pace is kind of challenging, and if you're depending on how many miles you're doing it for, so you can kind of feel a little bit nervous about going into it, I guess. So, kind of, one of the mental strategies, I tackle this two ways. So, one way is I look at the entire run. I think, all right, warm up, no big deal. Tempo part, okay, that's the part that we struggle during. Or, like, sometimes we do. But, okay, maybe usually we do. So, like, when I got to the, so it was like the third-ish mile total, which was mile 2.5 of the tempo part, I thought to myself, all right, well, I'm running on the treadmill, and yes, this is hard, and you know what, that's okay. And it's okay that it's hard that it's on the treadmill, because that's actually pretty good mental training. Treadmill in itself is really good for mental training. So I did that. Like, I told myself that, and that worked out really good. And then, so looking at it, when it started to feel like kind of challenging, and I was like, my legs, they're moving pretty good, and how much longer can I keep up this kind of like repetitive movement at this pace? And I wasn't really feeling tired, so that was a plus. But just, kind of mentally, I'm running in place, and I just got to keep doing this for how many more minutes. Like, your mind starts going into this snowball thing. So I was kind of looking at that. Those were my thoughts in the like 2.5 miles of like that tempo. But you get to a certain point, you tell yourself, all right, well, just get to that 2.5 mile mark. So then when you're on your third mile of it, then you only have like half a mile to go. Let me think. Is my math even right? This is why I'm a mental health therapist. I'm not a freaking engineer. Okay. So you get to that point, and yeah, so maybe you do have a mile left to go, but if you tell yourself, I only have a half a mile left to go, then when you get to that half a mile, you're like, oh, I have another half a mile, but it's really only half a mile. So it's not that bad. Like, you can definitely hold on to that pace for another half a mile. It's not a big deal. So tell yourself things like that. Another thing I think about is, it's only like half a mile, or it's only like a mile, or it's only like another, like, it's only a 6 mile run total. So when you're thinking about your training and all of the challenging things that you do in the grand scheme of things, it's really only like half a drop in the bucket of the hard crap that you've been through already. So going into something that seems so daunting or challenging or stressful, like, maybe you're questioning your ability, boost up the self-talk, look at your thoughts, really challenge your thoughts, and push through it, and you can definitely do it. And then acknowledge at the end that you did it, and feel really good about it, and feel proud of yourself, and then apply that to your future runs whenever you're struggling. So those are kind of like my mindset strategies for breaking it down for threshold pace. So tempo runs, especially on the treadmill. I mean, outside, it's a little bit different outside just because you're moving past things. But on the treadmill, yeah, definitely, keep those strategies in mind and keep practicing them. All right, guys, have a good night. Bye.